We told you earlier about the Lieberman-Warner bill. It could make a huge impact on pollution in this country. But our next guest says it could also make a huge impact on low-income citizens, giving them new jobs. Van Jones is the founder of Green for All, and he's joining us now from San Francisco. Van, great to see you. Let's just start out by talking about what you think of this bill.
Well, we like it. We got to applaud Senators Lieberman and Warner. Certainly got to applaud Senator Boxer for trying to get us a bipartisan solution to probably the biggest challenge of the new century. We like it, but we don't love it. We mainly don't love it because I think it underestimates the inventiveness, the innovation of the American people. All this bill does is tell about 2,100 companies that they need to cut their emissions by about 2% a year. 2% a year? I mean, some people are already saying, that's too much. We're saying that's way too little. If we go farther, if we have higher standards, we can unleash an economic renaissance with new technologies in solar, wind, and create more jobs. So if we really want to move the economy forward, pivot to a green economy with more jobs, better health, less global warming, we should improve Warner Lieberman by raising the standards, raising the targets.
So then let's talk about that green economy. What do you mean by it? I know you're a social activist, and you think that, in fact, what's going on with the environment could actually benefit low-income people. How?
Sure. Well, if you think about it, if we're going to beat global warming, we're going to have to weatherize millions of buildings so they don't leak so much energy. That's millions of new jobs. We're going to have to solarize the country. We're going to put up solar panels all over the country. That's thousands of contracts, millions of new jobs. This is the work that most needs to be done so we can bring our energy use down, bring carbon down, beat global warming, but it brings the jobs up. If we can connect this work that most needs to be done to the people that most need work, we can fight pollution and poverty at the same time.
But man, isn't that kind of a one-shot deal? I mean, you upgrade the buildings and then the work's over and the project's done?
Well, no, if you think about it, we have literally millions and millions of buildings all across the country. It may take us 10, 15 years to really retrofit all this building stock. We're also going to continue to innovate with new technologies. I tell you right now, in this economy, you tell somebody you're only going to have a job for the next 10 to 15 years, they're going to be pretty happy about that.
I hear what you're saying. But tell us a little bit about your project in Oakland, because you really have taken some of the ideas that you've talked about here and put them to work there.
Sure, Bay Area, we're starting this thing called the Jobs Corps in Oakland. There's a project called Solar Richmond in Richmond, California. What we're doing is we're taking disadvantaged young people and giving them the tools and the training and the technology to get in on the ground floor of this green economy. To put up a solar panel, to be trained to do that, takes about 9 weeks. But once you become a solar panel installer, you're on the ground floor of an industry that's going somewhere. A couple of years later, you could be a manager, could be an owner yourself. So what we're saying is we have all these young people who need an economic break. This could be the big break for them in the green economy.
Well, Van, I'm going to have to interrupt.